Hello, my name is Omar Ampersad. It is June 1st, 2018 at 2:41 p.m. in Toronto. So I'm just going to confirm that the tweets I tweeted on RSHI and I-911 are mine. I talked about a conspiracy to have me mentally committed, and that's exactly what it is. I talked about the contractors on site harassing me, and that's exactly what they're doing. I posted some videos as proof of that. The harassment is ongoing. I do suspect that they are subcontracting for the outsourced monitor. So I'm flagged based on lies. Things like lies being told, like I'm following men around, I'm soliciting them, and so on. So it doesn't make sense because I'm reporting to people who are following me around. So if they were soliciting me and I was a prostitute, I wouldn't be reporting. No, I wouldn't be reporting them, and I wouldn't be blogging about it, and I wouldn't be posting videos about these men. So it doesn't make sense. So, but for some reason, I'm still being flagged. So, like I said, the harassment is on an ongoing basis, especially from the contractors. So this is going to go on all summer because they're here all summer. And some of these comments are vicious, they're violent towards women, some really, really violent comments. We'll take your head off, especially from the two black people working with the contractor. They're doing the bricks on the wall, on the side of the building. So, on many occasions, the worker I have in court joins the conversations. Um, so I have video evidence of that as well. So he's retaliating. So this case is in front of the Human Rights Tribunal, but there is retaliation. Um, so this is an ongoing conspiracy to have me mentally committed. So because I filed this complaint against the building, against the corporation for having this harassment go on by employees of the corporation and not stopping it. Um, these contractors are taking part in the harassment basically because they want to get me out. Under the Mental Health Act, somebody who's screaming and yelling because of the harassment they're perpetrating. What they're looking for is a reaction to the harassment, so they can record it and then call the cops and say, "Oh my God, this person is out of control, and you need to pick her up right away." So these people are actually submitting reports to the police, and the reports are going to the family and the manager or the monitor on the account who outsourced the monitoring from the police because I'm flagged. And the monitor will call the cops, and the cops will say, we'll pick it up or whatever. They'll make the determination whether they want to pick it up or not. So, and this is notwithstanding all of what I'm saying right here. Um, saying that what they're reporting on me is not true. And there's evidence that it is not true. So because I'm a target, my voice is suppressed. And this is what being a target is all about. My voice is suppressed. So I'm supposed to be kept servile by everyone, every single person. Dog, cat, child, woman, it doesn't really matter. Family members, whoever. Um, so everyone is supposed to be pushing me down, suppressing me. If I were to shine in a moment, they would make a negative comment and put me down. My brother-in-law is notorious for doing this. He actually did this at my brother's funeral. This is how callous and cruel some people are. Anyway, so this is the way of keeping you servile, constantly abusing you, constantly insulting you, constantly putting you down, constantly um, taking away from you. And this is in any area, personally, financially, relationship wise, every which way. So, because you're supposed to be servile, and your body is, I heard the contractors make the comment that you're here, your body is to be used for pleasure, and this is what your use in the society is. Because I like to F myself, and I like sex a lot. How to know? I'm not quite sure. And so on and so on. So I'm suited to this role in society to have lots of sex with lots of men. So this is, of course, I heard the agenda is a New World Order agenda. Well, if this is a New World Order, then it needs to be changed. I think this is a global agenda, and there are satanic undertones to it. Like touching people remotely when they don't want to be touched, trying to take them over, um, sodomization, and utter cruelty, utter cruelty, keeping people servile. These things has a lot of satanic a twist. There's a satanic twist to it. Cannibalization, uh, you know, these things are all in there. So, um, as I said in one of my tweets, once you're a target, you're going to be targeted by all kinds of criminals and all kinds of cults as well, satanic cults included. So I'm not at all surprised that there are satanic undertones to this intimidation and this harassment that's being carried out. And again, like I said, Satanism is more geared towards sodomization, and sodomization is more geared towards men, because men are seen as the gender to suppress because they're strong. They're perceived to be the stronger of the two sex, which of course is not true. But anyway, sodomizing men is the satanic cult's way of dominating, showing domination. So the men are attacked this way more than women. Women are attacked to make them feel fear, and fear is something that criminals, psychopaths feed on. They like to make people fearful. They like to intimidate. They like to bully. They like to be cruel to people, be sadistic, because they like to see people in fear. They get off on it. So women are attacked to have them feel fear, so the perpetrators can feel a sense of power. This is what the the goal is when it comes to women. But sodomization of men is done for a whole different reason. But the both sexes are violated this way. Both sexes are violated this way. So when I have men, like the contractors outside, intimidate or try to intimidate me, and they do sometimes make me feel fearful. Not sometimes, well, I would say all the time, because of the case that's going on, and because I'm suspecting that lasers are also being used by the perpetrators, by the workers in this building, by the traffickers who the worker is working for. I suspect lasers and microwaves are being used to keep me quiet, to make me sick, to rape, and even to kill, give heart attacks. And I've been starting to get heart issues since I started being harassed this way. Um, and so fear is generated because the verbal harassment leads to the remote harassment. The two goes hand in hand. So it does generate fear, and that's why I tweet. It does generate fear because while I know that these contractors will not come into my place and do anything to me physically, I also know that they have access to remote technologies that they can cause serious health issues. So this is where the fear comes in. Um, and also they're stalking, basically. They are stalkers. So yeah, definitely there is fear. Um, I try to decrease that fear by talking about it as I'm doing right now and tweeting about it, to let people know what is going on. Because if this is going on and nobody's exposing it, then the perpetrators will come into your home and will attack you physically if I don't expose it, because it's on an escalating scale. It escalates. So if you don't stop a bully from slapping you on the face, the next time he will punch you in the face and put you down on the ground and repeatedly punch you. And the next time, who knows what's going to happen? So this is exactly the scenario being played out here. If I don't talk about what's going on and I don't blog and expose what's going on, they will come into my home. And they are actually coming to my home when I'm not here, because it's been done before. And I've been harassed about it. We were in there last night openly because I'm a target and everything is covered. This is what being a target is all about. So why is my name on the list? That's a really good idea, question. And I just want to make a comment because the whole world is accessing your body, and your body is a computer. And your body is not you. I know this for a fact because I saw my brother die. I saw him pull his last breath, and I saw the consciousness slip away from the body, and the body remained, but he was not there. So it only went to the whole experience only proved to me once more that I am not the body. My body is the place in which I reside, and I have a right to protect it, which I'm doing. Nobody has a right to violate my body. But as far as violating me, the consciousness of me, there is no way that violating my body will make me into a prostitute, my consciousness into a prostitute. Not going to happen. So when people say, oh, like a million men has accessed your body, and we had you last night, and we looked at you last night, and I felt your body last night. This is not me. You're feeling my body. You're feeling my place of residence. My consciousness is not my body. You're not feeling me. You're feeling my temple. You're feeling the place, the vessel in which I reside. So you're not making me into a prostitute by doing this. And I'm not the only one. You're doing it too. People are doing it too, the perpetrators as well. For perpetrators to do this, they have to be acted upon. So they themselves are being remotely accessed. They themselves are being remotely raped. They themselves are being remotely sodomized, which is why it doesn't make sense to lash out and become violent towards anyone at all, because everyone is being victimized under the system. Everyone is a victim. Every single person is a victim. Their privacy is being invaded. Their bodies are being invaded. Their brains, their thought patterns are being invaded. Our thoughts are being read remotely. And it's to the point where we can openly talk about it. I can openly talk about this because it's no longer science fiction. In fact, it's been a reality for the last 30 years. And it's about time someone came out and talked about it openly without somebody telling them, gee, I think you're mentally ill. We are driving cars with our thoughts. Of course, our thoughts are being read. Of course, our thoughts are being violated. Of course, our brains being violated. People have access to this technology, and we have criminals hanging around with lots of money. Of course, they're going to violate your bodies, your mind, because nobody's stopping them. Why would they not do it? The people in power who are able to stop this from going on are being infiltrated. So they will not do anything about it, and the rest of them are too scared to do anything about it. So it's open season on the world's population with this sort of technology. So there is no reason for me to lash out on anybody. There's absolutely no chance in hell that I'm going to be violent towards anybody because of this, what's going on, because I know for a fact that everyone is being violated this way because there's a lot of money in this, trillions of dollars. Talk to you another time.